An event in Idaho is drawing massive pushback for the way that protesters were treated. So, this is the Kootenai County Republican Central Committee. And they held an event over the weekend, which was crashed by protesters because they could, because it's an open event, open to the public. So, crash is not even the right word for it. Okay. They just showed up because they could show up. And they were immediately told, your voice is meaningless. And then one protester was literally drug out, okay, by thugs. All right. So according to the local CBS News affiliate KREM2, the patriot in question, Teresa Snyder Borenpaul, she got in trouble for simply displaying negative reactions to some of the speakers. Okay. She made some remarks from the audience and was first told to leave or she would be arrested. So here's some video of that event where Kootenai County Sheriff Bob Norris was confronting Borenpaul.
There's an opportunity for you to sound off, but not right now. And because you're not smart enough to know that, you're just crazy people. And what we're doing right now is just pausing while we get them out. If you can't be civil, get out.
Get up or be arrested.
So you know, folks, when our nation began, there was some really
You're gonna arrest her?
No, I'm not recognizing you.
What would you like to do?
So yes, we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. I promise. We'll get
Yes, it is.
plenty of chances.
This is not a negotiation.
But you know, the problem is the folks. Oh, look!
I'm telling you to leave.
Look at that. Oh, he's showing how intelligent he is.
You too.
With all the fine words he's asking. This was permission. They came here to disrupt so that the citizens can't hear. The reality is there's a whole bunch of great things that are happening. The problem is we got a bunch of rabble-rousers who just won't allow it to be spoken. So, you know, the thing is,
My name is Robert
what
Norris.
I'm doing up here is I'm simply over-talking you because your
Please
voice
get
is
up or be
meaningless right
escorted
now.
out.
And we're just taking care of the rabble-rousers. And eventually what's going to happen is everything's going to settle down and we'll get back to you.
All right, so you had the sheriff telling this woman, you got to leave. You got to leave because you were disruptive or you're going to get arrested. Arrested for what? She has the First Amendment. Okay. And the guy who was, by the way, talking about the rabble-rousers, right, over the loudspeaker, that's Ed Bajarana, the event's MC, who happens to be a voiceover talent and had launched the Business Buffet podcast. Okay. Which I'm sure is a rousing listen. Okay. So now that said, the KCRCC was like, she's an activist, progressive activist coming in to cause trouble. She was shouting down legislators with insults like bigot, liars, all throughout the meeting. She was drowning out attempts at dialogue. Well, I mean, look, on the issue of calling them liars and bigots, if the shoe fits, I mean, you know, something about hit dogs and hollering. Okay. Now, this is funny. The committee then added, the group of activists vocally cheered any mention of diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives, erupting in applause and chants, while loudly booing every reference to the Bible or President Donald Trump. Drawing sharp rebukes from attendees. Look at that framing. Wow, that is amazing. I mean, just I would say that it's unreal, but it's expected now. It's expected now. So now, that said, credit to Tanya Jean, who posted this video to Facebook, right? She said that they had not allowed the public to comment, okay, and had pointed out that those with differing perspectives were told to shut up. So This is remember, this is an open event. This is a public event, right? And yet you couldn't say anything contrary to what the Republicans were saying. Oh, so much for an open event. It sounds more like a cult meeting. All right. So not only, by the way, were they told to shut up, but they had, these goons that were sicked on them for, not leaving.
What we've got right now is a situation where these folks are trying to filibuster and shut this whole program down. Unfortunately, they're being successful. So all of you who came here to hear the legislators, I applaud you for sitting there and quietly listening. I promise we will get back to you. In the meantime, we've just got to be a little aggressive with some of these folks here.
I will call the
Here. Oh, no, I should be removed. I should be allowed to cry and yell and scream. I should be able to allow to interrupt.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Don't touch her. This isn't the sheriff. Excuse me, Sheriff Norris. This gentleman is assaulting me.
You out
this
now.
man is
You
assaulting
out
me.
now. Let's go.
This man is assaulting me.
You
Is this
out
your
now.
deputy? Is this your deputy? No, don't touch us. Is he a deputy? These are deputies. Who the are these men?
So how about that? Oh, my goodness. Come on, Musk.
Hey!
It's too bad that we have some 150-year-old Social Security recipients. We know that government has been mismanaging money for decades, and we want to get up there now.
Oh, yeah, look at those tough guys. You need 3 of them to handle a girl. Okay? One woman. Now, later on, that same MC was like, we've got to get a little aggressive with some of these folks here. Your voice is meaningless right now. I can talk over all you. Oh, yeah, it's real tough when you have a mic in your private security goons. I mean, by the way, according to Kootenai County GOP officials, they didn't even know, when asked, which company had provided security for their event. Oh, okay. Yeah. And then, by the way, they're like, go ask the sheriff. Remember, because there was the sheriff, Bob Norris, that was literally right there. This is according to KCRCC Chair Brent Reagan, saying, Bob was right there. Nothing was done without him being aware. Yeah. Norris denied any knowledge of the event's security arrangements and said he didn't even know the security personnel, which is funny because that guy was like, hey, guys, go get her. Go get her. She's not listening to my authority. So go get her. Go get her. And they did, and she fought back. At one point, literally biting one of the guys, to which I say, good. Good. So that, of course, led her to actually being assaulted and cited for battery. That isn't, of course, until this video got out, right? So according to Coeur d'Alene Police Chief Lee White, and I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, okay? Boren Paul was cited and released for misdemeanor battery because of the bite, though he noted that the officers who responded to CHS didn't have access to the numerous video recordings that showed what happened before they arrived. Now that we're in receipt of several videos that show the majority of the event that we didn't have at the time, the battery citation will be under review by our prosecutor's office. White said that his officers declined the sheriff's request that Boren Paul be arrested for trespassing. Remember, trespassing at an event that was open to the public. Right. Okay, then. We respectfully informed the sheriff that since this was open to the public event, we are not going to arrest anyone for trespassing. That would be inappropriate. No kidding. No kidding. Now, but what about the goons? These hired goons? Well, they worked for the private security firm Lear Asset Management. Okay, but for all she knew, they were just random dudes. they weren't wearing anything that, you know, denoted them as security. Okay. And so, you know, for all she knows, oh my God, these men, they're coming to haul me away. And I don't know, what are they going to rape me? Well, I don't know. It could possibly happen. And so, yeah, obviously she's going to fight for her life. Okay. Now, it turns out that these security men were not even licensed to do any of this work in the city. So, you know, they are just random thugs. They dragged her out for speaking out of turn and being rude at a public event. But I do think that this might be a little bit more personal, at least with the sheriff. Okay. Because Baron Paul ran as a Democrat for a legislative seat for 3 years in a row, 2020, 2022, and 2024. Okay. So I think she was well known in that community by these Republicans. And she's been very critical of them. And, well, they hate that. Fascists hate it when you call them out. They cannot handle a woman speaking, calling out their lies. They got to shut it all down. That's what authoritarianism looks like. Okay? It looks like curtailing a woman's free speech. Okay? So, look, the sheriff should be fired. Okay? Fired, recalled, whatever. His goons should be arrested for assault and have their license pulled. Okay? That company needs to have their license pulled. And not only that, but the KCRCC should be sued for infringing upon this woman's freedom of speech. And then that MC guy, I don't know, something needs to happen to him for saying your voice is meaningless. Okay? Because he's just rubbing that in. Look, we still have rights in this country, but they're only good if we continue to exercise and defend them like this woman was. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe with the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.